Hello everyone, this is Keith from the Solo Gamers Club. Thank you so much for joining me at my channel. Tonight we're going to continue with episode 2 of our playthrough of Fallen Land. Now we're playing the short version, so we'll be ending the game as soon as one of our factions either reaches 10 on the prestige level or 50 on the town health chart. Currently we are at 4. Swamp Runners are at 3 for prestige, and we're both tied at 35 for town health. We left off last turn where our team managed to travel to this resource location. We're going to attempt a resource action there eventually. But we begin with the effects phase, and we have one of those, and it says for Alton Goldwater, each effects phase gain a town health and a salvage coin. All right. Okay, that's going to boost us up to 36 on the town health track, and we have a total of 33 salvage coins. That's great. Next is the town business phase, and we get to receive an action card, so we'll draw one of those. We draw the card Lucky Charm. During the effects phase, attach this card to your town playmat. Once per turn, you may add or subtract 1 from any of your die rolls. Discard when your town events roll is a 10. Okay, well we won't be able to play that until the next effects phase. Next up is our resource production. So we're going to gain 1 town health and another salvage coin. That'll move us up to 34 salvage, and our town health will rise to 37. Now it's the auction house phase. We'll be able to draw 3 spoils cards, and we can purchase any of them that we choose. Alright, the spoils cards are revealed to be a basic med kit, Masamune crafted katana, a relic, and Special Forces manual. Well, we have 33 salvage coins, and I wouldn't mind purchasing an improvement for our facility. That gives us some pretty good advantages. So I think we're going to pass on these items. I wouldn't mind getting the katana, but we'll save the money for upgrading our town. Next up is our town events chart roll. Now we have a special ability with our diplomatic connections. And that says that when we're the first player, we can subtract 2 from our town events roll. So that's what we're going to do. -2 to the roll. Whoops. We rolled a 4, and that's modified to a 2. Gain a prestige and 2 town health. That is awesome. That'll move our prestige up to 5. We're halfway there. And the town health now moves up to 39. Outstanding. And next we have to consult our opposing faction town events chart roll. We'll make the roll for the Swamp Runners. And in a short game, this can be very deadly. If we roll very high, the Swamp Runners in this case could go up to 5 prestige if we roll a 10. So that's in the short game, it makes it a lot. These rolls are much more important. Okay, here is the roll. We hope we roll low. We rolled a 1, and that is this faction loses their next town events roll. No secondary effect. That is great. I'm going to make a mark on their card so that we don't have to roll on that opposing town faction's roll next turn. That is awesome. Okay, now we're going to move to the financial period, and we can sell items in our auction house and purchase upgrades. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to sell this classic all-American car. And that's, I hate to get rid of it, but that's going to get us 19 salvage coins. So we'll do that. So that card's going to go to the discard, and now we have a total of 43 salvage coins. And I'm going to use this next step, purchase, and that's going to allow us to purchase some Tier 1 town technologies or upgrade an existing technology. Let's see what we've got here. I think for a cost of 30, we're going to purchase a machinist shop. The mechanicals are our lowest ability, though. This token will give us a +1 success automatically. We're going to gain 5 town health and a prestige for purchasing this. So we're going to pay the 30. That'll be 30. And that's going to get us the machinist shop. So we're going to gain 1 prestige, moving us up to 6, and 5 town health, moving us up to 44. That is great. We're in really good shape. So I'll place this on our town display, and that's going to complete the financial period. Now we'll move on to our party exploits phase. And we will start out with a total of 4 weeks to spend. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend 2 weeks, and we're going to do a resource deed in that space in an attempt to acquire that resource location. So we're going to do a resource deed, and we're going to choose the plains, I think, as our encounter. And the encounter is, I must be living in paradise, special. This little town has remained unscathed by the corrupted touch of the Great War. Not only does the Dewdrop Inn have the best stuffed Anaheim peppers you've ever had, but the people are kind and accommodating. Prosperity here lends hope for a brighter future for the Fallen Lands someday. All party members are automatically healed 2 damage of any type from this restful atmosphere. You may also attempt to heal here. That is outstanding. So that's going to take care of all of that psychological damage that each of the characters has. We'll get rid of that. That's going to heal up all the psych damage, which is great. Normally, for the psychological damage, we have to return back to our home base in order to take care of that. So this was great. It says if Sheila Axler is in your party, draw 2 free spoils cards. She grew up here. Well, she's not in our party. You may draw another encounter card at no cost in weeks. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to draw another encounter card. What I'm going to do is we're going to spend one of our weeks. We have 1 week remaining. We're going to do a move deed. And I think we're going to try to get towards some of these mission counters that are located to the west and kind of move in a direction that'll be closer to our home base as well. And incidentally, we have secured that resource location, so we're going to mark that, and then we're going to move our resources at our base up another slot. And that's going to move us up 1 more slot. Now we're going to be getting 2 town health and 4 salvage coins per turn now. That is awesome. So we'll take our movement deed that we've paid for. We'll get a D6 roll. We don't get any benefit though. There's no movement bonus for us, so whatever we roll is what we get. We rolled a 3, so we've got 3 movement points. And I think maybe we'll try to head towards this city up in the mountains. That might be, I don't know, Denver maybe? I'm not sure. We'll move 3 movement points. 1, 2, 3. So we're just on the outskirts there. And can't take 2 movement deeds in a row, so we're going to have to spend our last week, and that will have to be an encounter deed. So we'll move our token back to that we've taken the encounter, and then we're going to draw a plains card and resolve it. And this time it's Raging Forest Fire, Environmental Hazard. All right, well, I think we have a special ability somewhere with that. Hang on 1 second. And yes, we do. Elton Goldwater to the rescue once again. Elton's party and town ignores damage from environmental hazard encounter cards. So that's pretty good. We'll be able to ignore damage from that. Okay, and that reads, the thickly intertwined vegetation is shriveled and dry, cracking under your boots. A severe drought grips this region. As dusk creeps towards darkness, the sky is illuminated by a long series of blue chain lightning. The crash of thunder follows as several strikes set the forest ablaze. It quickly spreads far across the horizon. Pitch black smoke wafts in with the wind. Fires quickly merge, becoming a ferocious, raging inferno. The wind violently shifts in your direction. The immense blaze, fueled with hellish intent, advances rapidly towards you. Run. Okay, we're going to gain 5 salvage coins, so we'll add those to our total. That puts us at 28. And now we have to resolve a 4 strength survival roll. All right, we'll make the test and see what happens. Okay, there is our roll. We'll place those on the crowns and analyze the results. Okay, first up is John Lundgren. He has a survival rating of 8. He rolled a 7, so we're going to gain 1 success. And incidentally, we're also going to gain an automatic success for our water and supplies, so we're at 2 right now. We'll go on to the next one, and that is Warren Ripley. He has a total of 7. He rolled a 3, so that is our 3rd success. Elton Goldwater rolled a 6. His survival is 11, so that's going to get us 1 more, and he didn't get the extra portion of that, so that's okay. Then we've got Sid Crawford. His survival is 7. He rolled a 6. That'll get us another success. We've got 5 of them, and that's enough to pass the test. So we'll read the success portion of the card. Your bodies are covered head to toe in soot, but you manage to escape, exhausted but alive. Your racking chest cough persists for weeks. While you recuperate, a group of travelers approach your camp. You trade water and supplies for information on a nearby settlement, and that will allow us to gain an action card. All right, let's see what we get. And we draw the card, Mechanically Inclined. Play during the party exploits phase. Any party or character gains 2 successes toward a single mechanical skill check. That is awesome. Okay, that is going to complete our action deeds for the turn. And we'll move on to the end phase. We'll adjust our turn track. We're at turn 4 now. And we only need 4 prestige, or we need a total of 6 town health, and we'd win the game. So we're going to start a new turn, and this is our effects phase. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to play that one card that we acquired earlier. It's called Lucky Charm. Play during the effects phase. Attach this card to your town player mat. Once per turn, you may add or subtract 1 from any of your die rolls. Any. Discard when your town events roll is 10. Okay, so we're going to play that on the town mat, and we can use that for any roll, and that might be a pretty good choice for us to use that during our town events chart roll. We'll see. Next up is the town business phase, and we receive an action card, so we'll draw that. This time we get charge. Play any time to automatically succeed at a vehicle combat or ambush encounter card, or play any time to ignore a vehicle destruction. That has a value of 4. So we'll place that in our tableau, and I really enjoy these action cards. That's one of my favorite parts of the game, I think. Next up is resource production. We're going to gain 2 town health and 4 salvage coins. So what I'm going to do is give us a 5. We'll take 1 back. That's going to give us 32 salvage coins, and we'll move up our town health by 2. And that's going to move our town health up to 46. We're within 4 of victory. Now we'll move on to our auction house, where we can draw 3 spoils cards and purchase any of them that we like. Okay, those cards are revealed to be a chopper and pilot, melee weapon, sledgehammer, and a wrist rocket slingshot. All right. Now that chopper and pilot costs us 10 salvage coins to hire them, and it gives us a +8 to movement. That is very interesting. However, I have a plan that is going to likely win us the game, so I'm not going to purchase any of these cards. I'm just going to put those back into the discard pile, and we'll move on to our next step, and that's the town events chart roll. Okay, we're going to move on to the town events chart roll, and we'll make a D10 roll, and we get -2 for our diplomacy. The roll is a 10. That's going to move us down to an 8 result. And an 8 is we lose a town health. That's unfortunate. It's going to move us down to 45. And as well, since we rolled a 10, we're going to lose that lucky charm ability that we had. And that says discard when the town events roll is a 10. So we've lost that card. That's all right. I think this is still going to work. Next up would normally be the OFTEC chart roll for the Swamp Runners, but last turn they rolled a 1 and they lost their town events roll, which was great. So we don't have to roll on that chart this time. Now we'll move on to the financial period, and this is how we're going to win the game. We're going to spend 30 salvage, and we're going to purchase a communications center that would help us, giving us a +2 to our move. So we'll mark us at +2 for our movement bonus. And this is also going to give us 5 town health and a prestige. Our prestige will go up to 7, and the town health rises to 50. From 45 up to 50. And that's going to be enough to win the game unless something was to happen. So we're going to have to take I think a soft approach on this, and if we can just preserve our town health, we'll be able to win the game. All right, next up is our party exploits phase, and we've got 4 weeks that we need to spend. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend 1 week and do a movement deed. We have a +2 now to our movement die. We rolled a 4, and that's a total of 6 movement points. So I think what we'll do is this. We're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, which will be right next to our base. And we'll spend 1 more week, and we're going to undertake a encounter deed. Move us back, and we will encounter a plane space. And that card is revealed to be Orphans. How cute. No fight is possible here. Desperate for help, a small flock of children waves down the crew from the side of the road. One of them is badly injured. You get a very bad feeling as you approach. Moments later, your instincts are confirmed. A multitude of children quickly surrounds you, wielding crudely fashioned spears. Turning to face the threat, the wounded girl in the road sits up, grinning and clutching a rusty scalpel in her small, dirty hand. She gleefully slashes the Achilles heel of your friend, who screams in anguish. Then the onslaught begins. All right, character crown 1 takes 3 damage. And that's going to be John Longren. Oh no. So character crown 1 is going to take 3 wounds. Okay. Now we have to undertake a 6 strength combat resolution. All right, we'll undertake our combat test. Here is the roll. Okay, that is our roll, and we'll place those on the crowns and analyze it. All right, we'll begin with John Longren. He has 17, 18, 19, 20. So that is going to earn him 2 combat successes. Warren Ripley rolled a 10, so nothing there. Elton Crawford has a total of 13. That'll be 1 success, and that's all he's going to get out of it. Sid Crawford has 7. He rolled a 3. That'll get him a success. We're up to 4. And Beatrice Kendall has a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She rolled a 2. That'll be another success. That's 5. And then we've got our semi-truck. Let's take a look at that. The semi-truck rolled a 6, and it has a total of 9 combat. So that's going to earn us another success, and we've got a total of 6 successes right now. And that is sufficient to complete the encounter. So we'll read the success portion of the card. It says, "They left you no choice. Large rats scurry between your boots. as you sift through their filthy campsite. You locate some usable gear amidst the heaps of scavenged junk. Gain 2 spoils cards. All right. And we end up recovering high-tech body armor and a basic med kit. Okay, that's great. All right, so I've equipped the body armor to Warren Ripley. It's actually 2 times normal armor, and we've given the basic med kit to Sid Crawford. All right, next up, we're going to spend a week, and we're going to do a move deed. And obviously, we're going to roll at least a 1, but I'll roll it anyway. We rolled a 3 plus 2 is 5, so we're going to go back to our base camp. And when you're at the base camp, you don't have to perform encounter deed before you take another move deed. So I think what we're going to do is, we're back at our camp, and I think what we'll do is use a healing deed. Now that normally costs 2, but we'll do the same thing as we did again last time, and we'll do a movement penalty, getting us the 2nd week that we need, and we can do a healing deed now. So we can perform a party medical skill check and remove 1d6 damage for each success. And since we're at our starting location, we're able to heal an additional point of damage per character. So we'll make the roll. Okay, that's the roll. All right, so we're going to do a healing deed, and this is a party medical skill check. And we can remove 1d6 for each success. All right, John Longren has a medical of 4. He rolled a 3. That gets us 1 success. And we're also going to gain 1 automatically for the fact that we're at our home base. Warren Ripley has a 7. He rolled a 4. That's another 1. And that's really all we need, because the only wounded character we have is John Longren himself. So we don't really need to analyze any further. We'll be able to heal 3 wounds, and that would get him back to fighting trim. And that's going to conclude the party exploits phase. We'll place that weak penalty token on our town mat. We'll move on to the end turn phase, and we're going to adjust our turn track to turn 5, but more importantly, we've won the game. So we are currently at 50 on our town health track, and that is going to win the short game. And as veteran viewers of this channel know, it's very infrequent that I win a game. So I am going to award myself a trophy. So that is going to bring this play session to a close. We ended up having 7 prestige to the Swamp Runners 3, and we finished with 50 town health to their 35. Now granted, they had some bad die rolls in there. They had a 2 during the playthrough, and they also rule a 1. So that prevented them from being able to roll on the OFTEC chart for a complete turn, and that's what really got us the victory. But that's the way the game goes. We easily could have been rolling poorly on our town rolls as well. So for once, we ended up pulling out a victory, and I'm happy. So that is going to wrap things up with our playthrough of Fallen Land. Granted, this was a short game, but we have a victory nonetheless, which I am very pleased with. This game is really a lot of fun, and I would encourage the viewers, if you haven't checked into Fallen Land for yourselves, that you go on their website and check out what they have to offer there. I think the game's designers really have packed a lot of careful thought and love into this design, and you can see that in the way that these cards are, the text is written for the narrative, and it's just all around an excellent design. And I'm looking forward to acquiring that 2nd edition. I found a few extra things out about the 2nd edition as well, and they've even got scenarios that are included with that, which is something I wasn't aware of. And several of those are solo scenarios, so that could be quite interesting. So thank you so much for joining me at the Solo Gamers Club, and I hope you enjoyed this playthrough of Fallen Land. I look forward to seeing you again soon with another video, and in the meantime, this is Keith from the Solo Gamers Club, signing off and wishing everyone a pleasant day